Hi, it's Joy and the time go to watching Titan Season 3, Episode 10, Troubled Water. Let's hope we can run a bridge over it. That makes me think we are back to Gotham with the fear toxin being in the water supply, and I am very stressed. I'm so happy that hopefully we're going to have Rachel and Donna back, continually back in this episode, and yeah, I'm excited. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, although I would wait until the first of the month so you don't get charged twice, because you get charged on Patreon for the day you sign up, and again on the day, the first of the month. Yes, for me or anybody else's patrons, I would advise you wait a couple of days, a day, I don't know, what day is it? Let's go! Yes, sweetheart, you do need to tell someone about your hallucinations. And how on earth was this allowed to happen and all the fear toxins getting into the police station?
We need to issue a citywide alert. Tell the people.
Tell them what? There's LSD in the water. We don't even know what we're dealing with.
Well, yeah, tell them not to drink the water.
I'm gonna call with the mayor in 10. What do I tell him?
The truth.
What are our options?
They're sealing off the city, no one in or out.
Jesus Christ!
Right, get down to the DWP. Take back.
There needs to be an emergency with bottled water being sent in, like, everywhere.
Now.
This is where the
Jason! Why are you back with him? Was it all a plan?
They were gonna take me back, but you fucked it all up.
So you had a moment. I've had plenty of them myself.
Jason!
Bygones be bygones. I forgive you.
I knew it was, like, too good to be true. I mean, he could never have just properly gone back, but... Going back to Crane, I know he's an addict, but seriously.
It's not the product, it's how you sell it.
What is he doing?
Gotham is in need of...
This is not good. How does he have this much power? Is he still in... I think he's never things turned off.
Gotham City used to have a protector and left Nightwing and his friends in his place.
Jesus Christ.
What's this?
Protected by Gotham City Police.
In that video, he was quite clearly going,
You can stop.
no!
There will be a
Oh,
$50,000
Lord.
reward paid to the person who brings him in.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Red Hood.
Oh, Jason's buying in again. Jesus Christ.
Place of rebirth.
Is he figuring out what happened to Jason? Are these Bruce's books? Is Bruce home? Do the bats register him? Or is it because he said the words Lazarus Pit?
How do we tell the good guys from the bad guys? No clue.
Oh.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Holy shit, what? Like, clearly the Titans are fighting against the people that are overdosing on this drug. But are they going to be presented as the villains here, fighting good, honest, innocent Gotham citizens? Yep.
Hold that thought.
Are the ordinary people?
Shit. If you stay, it'll only get worse.
It will.
Get out now.
I have no idea how we're going to get through this other than just get the water supply fixed and improve it. I mean, Gotham, if you want, we'll go to some other city, let you die.
Lydia? What are you even doing here?
Yeah!
Every day one is returned from the dead. Discover what has happened and how it has changed you.
I'm fine. I'm going to Gotham.
Oh lord. I mean, I don't think her getting testing to check everything's okay would be the worst idea, but I also feel like...
We'll test you here.
Oh god. Okay, this isn't the kind of testing I meant. I meant like medical testing. Oh, Donna.
Come on, Lydia.
Though as much as I definitely want her to shoot, like, we need her in Gotham right now. Things are going to hell. We need all the help we can get. Plus, I can't wait to see her reunite with everybody. I also feel like right now is not the time for her to go back to Gotham if she's not doing okay. So yes, let's test her, but this doesn't seem like the kind of testing I wanted.
Earn your passage.
You know I did in the afterlife, actually.
Fucking kidding me.
I'm with you, Donna.
I'm not afraid of you, Lydia.
No, you're afraid of yourself.
That struck a nerve.
Out of absence, please.
Jesus. Really?
I'm running out of good ideas.
Dick.
I'm gonna turn myself in. Make your show over to the GCPD. How's Nightwing?
God, you really are out of good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Show the people I'm not working with Gotham Police.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but
I don't either.
best I got.
It seems too simple.
Sure.
Oh god.
Make it 2.
Yeah. Can I have one as well?
I thought we were gonna give the people some hope.
Mm-hmm.
A new way.
Jason, you were being a fool.
The final chapter is going to be titled Red Hood.
Yeah, the final chapter, because there won't be a Gotham after your reign of terror. Jason, you let him play you like a fiddle the first time you went to visit him. Ugh.
Well,
Red Hood, Red Hood, Red Hood, Red Hood, Red Hood!
Yes, the first act of Red Hood that's actually good could be taking down Crane. Wouldn't that be a wonderful idea? Jason! My goodness, this boy is easily manipulated. And, like, I get that now he's been in, you know, he's in withdrawal, he's gone through it. Like, he's very much an addict currently. But he went to him in the first place and got manipulated.
Red Hood. That's not who you are.
It's not.
You don't know that.
You're so much more than that. You were so much more than Robin. But if you keep choosing to go down this path, you make yourself smaller and smaller and smaller until you aren't more than that.
Something I have to do, but this is all I have left. You're one of the feel-good people that I know.
I love saying, this is all I have left, to somebody that is literally giving you another option, Jason. You know, at this point, I'm fairly certain I'm not misremembering that they are making a Red Hood spin-off. And at this point, I'm not interested. Because Jason is an idiot.
They hate us.
They've been manipulated into hating us.
Yep.
By Crane. Whatever you all decide on. I'm in.
I love how easily she's become a part of this team. I was so convinced she was going to be like the bad guy.
By the book, so
As a team,
Yeah.
as a family.
Oh. They are my family. And each other's, obviously. And my role in the Titans would just be supplying snacks and suggesting movies and like TV shows to binge to calm down after a stressful mission. But you know, we all do our part. Like, yeah, she's going to be a bit rusty, especially her human body is going to be a bit rusty. Her physical body, I should say. But she's been fighting phantom things. Ghouls, so I think, you know. Yes, Donna.
Push you to be more because you are more. You are of your world and my world. That makes you the best of us.
Then tell her that more often.
Not just to protect people, Donna, but to lead them. You must rise.
Oh. Yes, Donna. We need some leadership right now. The whole of Gotham does, let's face it. This is why the public shouldn't have trust.
Say my name.
In the GCPD, because they're corrupt bastards. Working with the person that's done this to the city.
I've got you.
Oh, Connor. She's not used to having someone so steadfastly there for her. Jesus Christ, I'm stressed. Because they're not just going to smoothly walk in, then post bail and leave. Like, something else is going to happen. Red Hood's bribed police officers. Well, no, that Dick and Corey rode together.
This is just optics, right?
Back. Off.
Okay, guys.
We're not here for a fight.
Move in!
stand down!
You should just have Barbara over the corrupt dude. Oh my goodness. Well, now we're having a fight. Holy shit! Well, now we're fighting, you bastards! All cops really are bastards. Sorry, Barbara. And Dick. Fucking off. Fuck off. Yes, just go, my love. I hate this so much. They were trying to do the right thing.
Down your weapon. Put it down.
She did what she had to do. Dick does not wear a helmet. Which I'm glad, because it means I can see his face, but you know. Come on! Just get out of here, all of you. Including Barbara now. I hate this. I hate that they've made them Gotham's enemy in one episode. Is she like cauterizing the wound? Oh. Oh my god. Was this... What's happened?
I was dying, Coriander.
Did you do it
I
on
was
purpose?
And you
'Cause-
took everything.
Yeah, she held on.
Was this your plan all along?
Because she seems she's acting confused. She's not acting like, hey, my plan worked. But also, she grabbed onto Corey's arm instead of letting go. Like, that very much seemed like in the moment she decided, fuck that, I'm taking this. Does she have all of Corey's powers?
What's it gonna take for you to trust me?
You just stole her powers! What do you bloody think? I swear.
I'm gonna help the others.
Oh,
Haven't you
Corey.
given them enough?
I don't know that I trust
You're a
Blackfire
queen,
still.
Coriander.
Like, I feel like maybe part of her does care
You
about
were never meant
Corey,
to be a soldier in
but
someone else's army.
she doesn't want to be part of the
Family,
Titans.
Blackfire, not an army. They wouldn't do this to me.
After what just happened? You're fooling yourself.
You just stole her powers, and I'm starting to think you definitely did orchestrate this whole thing. And
Not
you
decided.
always have been the villain.
I don't.
Because the minute she got the power, her whole demeanor
You're the only one
changed.
with unfinished business.
And it will be held against you in a court of law. You have the right to return. You cannot
We're gonna get out of this, it's gonna be okay, right?
appointed for you before.
We can pay your bail and you can disappear. I mean, that's not your life, you'd lose your life, but believing that video about the Titans really benefited you all, didn't it? The dog too, you bitch! We need you. God, do we ever need you. Rachel? For real, Rachel?
How did you find me?
I could just feel you,
Oh.
your energy. I started at GCPD. Ended up here.
I'm so glad she's back. Can she find the rest of them as well?
Things went real bad real fast.
Uh-huh.
Where are the others?
Well, yeah.
So let's go outside, help some people out.
Look, I wish we could, but right now our only job is to not get caught.
It's true. We just need to find everybody else, make sure everyone's okay, and team up.
Gotham City's on its own.
Gotham turned on you. I don't blame you.
Tortured hero stuff. Come on, we have reached the summit.
Hero.
It's time for us to
Jason, not anymore.
Let's make a toast.
This place was a home to you, Jason. Bruce called you his son, regardless of being Robin. And you're doing this. I do agree that Bruce did some pretty dodgy stuff in his, like, brief raising of you, but Bruce made you family. Fuck off, Jason. Like, genuinely, how are they gonna make a spin-off about this character that I don't like? My opinion on Jason has gone up and down and up and down and up and down. And like this season I was like, oh, you know what, he's high on the drug, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Last episode I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm on Jason's side, he can get back with us.
Crane Manor.
At least it rhymes. Okay, last episode I gave Jason the benefit of the doubt. I was like, you know, he's been on this drug, and yes, he's still got stuff to answer for because he went to Crane in the first place, but he's realised the error of his ways and he's trying to make good on it. And literally this episode he just went straight back to Crane. He didn't even try to go to, well, it's not like there was some altercation between Dick and Jason in which Dick was like, you led us here, it was a trap, and Jason was like, you still don't believe me? Which even then I'd be like, well, of course he doesn't, Jason. But you know, like nothing, it wasn't even like something like that happened where we would see Jason kind of feel like, oh, everyone betrays me, woe is me. Jason is just this little self-pitying brat. Like, genuinely, all of this is stemming from the fact that Jason thinks, like, he's just self-pitying, wallowing brat. Like, I fully understand that he's had a terribly hard life, and, like, I can give him a lot of leeway up to a point, but he's well past that point now, you know? The fact that last episode he reached out, Dick welcomed him, like, Dick was receptive to that fact, you know? And then this episode, he's like, lol, I'm just gonna go be Red Hood because I'm the greatest, I'm Red Hood, go me. Fuck off, Jason. Crane is just your stereotypical evil person, you know, who thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and maybe he is, but he just uses it for evil. You know, Crane, yeah, we'll forget about him next year. Gotham turning against the Titans. Now, I can understand to an extent, especially I think, given the world we live in, the fact that so many institutions that you were maybe told to trust growing up, you realise are actually full of corruption. I mean, at least, I know me as a white person in England growing up, I was told, you know, if you need help, go to the police. And yet the police officers just arrest you and then murder you nowadays. And we find out that there are many, many police officers still on our force who have been accused of, convicted of, found guilty of all sorts of terrible crimes. And they're still on the police force with their mates buddying them up. With female police officers can't report suspicious behaviour because the male officers say, oh no, that's not true. I could kind of see why if a video came out in which you saw the Titans doing their fighting, which is quite violent fighting, you know, it's not kind of it's non-lethal, but it's not like, you know, just self-defense, you might believe the video. But I also feel like, given that the Titans have time and again tried to help, you know, you've seen them doing things to help, they turned on them very, very quickly. But also, there is this fear toxin, and if suddenly they were like, you can't drink the water, maybe you're panicking because you did drink the water, or your kid drank the water, and then you see this video in which one of the Titans does it, I can see why they would have believed it, and I think Dick's plan would have worked. You know, that of just surrendering, going into the shadows for a bit, kind of, until people were able to until they stop Crane, and then they're able to say, oh, okay, he did it, they didn't do it, we'll, like, the Titans can earn our trust back. You know, I think that plan would have worked. But obviously, Crane and Jason are 6 steps ahead always in their deviousness. And the corrupt cops, like that guy with, the stupid guy at the barber shop. You know, if Dick wasn't fully armoured other than his head, I almost think Barbara should have let him shoot him. Because, I mean, obviously it would have been fatal, so she definitely shouldn't have done. Because then it would be, I mean, I guess Dick was fighting, but like that was an escalation, that was police brutality. All of that fight, they were not fighting back. They were there to surrender. It was a pre-arranged surrender as well. So it's not even like they could say, oh, the Titans came in all armoured and I was scared. You were all there knowing the Titans were coming to surrender. I feel like every single one of those cops should be up on police brutality charges, right? Yes, Barbara too, because she shot someone, needs to at least be investigated over it, but using lethal force, like, had Fletcher, that is his name, right, shot Dick, that would have been beyond police brutality, because yes, Dick was fighting police officers, but none of them were in fear for their lives. They had shields and everything, so I think every single one of them, the one that shot Connor, the one that shot Blackfire, they all need to go under charges of police brutality because they escalated a situation that did not need to get that violent. Now, I get that a couple of them got money and were bribed, but the rest of them just did what he said and ignored their commissioner's orders. Like, yes, Barbara needs to be investigated because, you know, any police-involved shooting should be investigated, but I think when it comes down to it, he was the one giving the orders. He was the one that was changing the plan when the plan, you know, because we were going to peacefully have them arrested so we could investigate it, and obviously then plan was that they would get bail and disappear, but you know, like, it's just ridiculous. The whole concept of that, while I think I could see it happening, especially with the fear toxin and corruption within police forces, and a city that is like, Gotham is a city that is corrupt at like every level, it seems as though. Obviously there are a lot of good people there, but the corruption is rampant and always has been, and given that there is corruption in your everyday police force, there's going to be corruption in the Gotham police force. But I do think going forwards, Barbara wouldn't be the only cop being arrested and looked into right now. We will be fine. She will be okay because we will prove that Crane caused everything. We will prove that he bribed those police officers. Barbara, I believe, will be okay because, I mean, I say that, I don't necessarily believe that because it is the justice system, and the justice system is not exactly just, but I have to believe that she will be okay in the long run, even if it becomes a fact of we pay her bail and then she goes and lives in Hawaii. I don't know why Hawaii, because that's where Jason wanted to go and live, you know, even if it's as simple as that. Now for the Titans, they are a family and I love them, and I love that this season they have felt united. Like, they've had disagreements, and I've been kind of annoyed at various points this season with the fact that, like, they haven't been working together. It's been like, Dick's been like, I'm gonna go off and do this thing, and so Corey's like, well, fine, I'm gonna go do this thing. I think it would have been much better had they all been working together, but I think what is working a lot better this season is, while they are often all doing their own separate things, they are a unit and they are a family at the core of it all. They make the decisions together. And now they are split up, and I hope their priority is going to be not getting caught and teaming up with everybody. You know, I kind of feel like Dick and Connor need to change clothes. You know, Connor needs to take off his Superboy top and style his hair to put a hood on. Dick needs to find some street clothes to wear so he's not visibly Nightwing. Was Crypto with them? Where's Crypto? He must have been with them. And then Corey does need to change to normal street clothes, but I will get to Corey in a moment. I want the team to find everybody. I'm so glad Rachel and Gar reunited. I'm so glad Gar was the first person she saw. I would have wanted it to be Gar or Dick to be the first people to reunite with Rachel. And Rachel is so in control of herself now, and I think she's going to be an asset, obviously, having back. Donna is back in Gotham too. She also needs the help tracking everybody down. She has faced a test of figuring out who she is. Now, it's all well and good. Clearly, whatever her name is, the head Amazon woman, had made Donna feel throughout her life that she viewed her as inferior for being half human. And now she's like, no, I've always thought that made you better. Then why didn't you fucking tell her that? Like, you can't just push someone and expect them to understand why you're, like, clearly she was a terrible leader. But I do also think that this episode, her actions stemmed from that mother's fear of losing another person, even if she's not specifically her daughter, losing another child, another young woman that she has raised, been part of raising. And I do think Donna has brilliant leadership capabilities and is just a brilliant fighter. I think, in general, the way the Titans are now, the fact that they are more of a unit, and when it comes to the big fights, the big moments, they do team up and they do come together and they do work as a team. Season 2 events would have happened very, very differently because they would have been a united team, and Donna would not have ended up in the situation that she did. Whether that should have killed her or not, regardless, like, that whole situation would have happened very differently had they been the team they are now. Also, Blackfire. I genuinely don't know what to make of her, because going into this season, I was 100% convinced she was going to be one of the villains, you know, because she arrived and she was all on a mission. And then it was like, oh, she's been captured. And then we freed her and she seemed harmless and she just wanted to be part of the team, and Connor was offering her family and she'd been with Connor, and they actually do seem very sweet. But then the moment Corey started healing her and the power started going into Blackfire, Corey started to pull back. I've healed you, I'm done, I'm stopping, and Blackfire grabbed her arm and did not let go until it was done. You know, she didn't even stop so they could share the power. She stole the power. And then when Corey was like, what was that? Blackfire kind of stood up like, yeah, I've got the power now. And then she was like, oh, Corey, you can't have thought I would have planned this, in a way that made it seem as though she fucking did plan it. I feel as though Blackfire might well care about Corey. I believe her name is like Commander or something. But she cares about her, but she very much wants to be the powerful sister. She very much wants to have Corey be lesser to her and around her being lesser. And maybe that stems from Corey not being the best sister growing up, but it doesn't excuse Blackfire trying to do the same thing and stealing something that makes Corey Corey. So right now I'm just trying to figure out how the hell we can get Blackfire's powers, get them out of Blackfire and back to Corey, because fuck off Blackfire. You know, I found what was really interesting was her words and her facial expression, mostly her facial expression, sometimes it wasn't a facial expression, were like, I didn't plan this, how could I plan this? Oh no, to begin with. But her whole demeanour was, yes, I've got what I wanted, are you going to come with me now and leave these little people behind? It was very different. And if Blackfire didn't plan it, then the power has gone to her head immediately and changed her. Because at the beginning of the episode, she seemed like she was genuinely feeling something with Connor and being surprised about the fact that she was feeling something with Connor and being surprised that someone else would want to look out for her. And, you know, that whole, it seemed genuine. But the moment she clutched Corey's arm and got that power, and then even when she was like, who will heal you then, sister, was very sinister again. You know, it felt more like the Blackfire that landed on Earth and that we briefly met in season 2 compared with the one that we've met this season. So I'm very intrigued about where they're going with this plotline, and I'm very stressed because Corey needs her powers back. She's an epic fighter. Like, Corey will be epic regardless of having her powers, but they're hers. They are not Blackfire's, so she can fuck off too. I love this show. It's a very stressful show. We've got 3 episodes left, I think. How are we going to do this in 3 episodes? But I'm excited. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.